Welcome back to my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. Where do I start? Let me just. All right. Okay. Let me see if I can turn up this light. No, I think that's the maximum. All right. Okay, so when is it time to go? I've been contemplating, well, I keep getting messages about the paradigm shift and knowing the nature of what I do. And I have certain eras, periods in my life, phases in my life that I have to cycle in and out of. So I know that there's a leaving at some point, which makes certain starts even more complex to consider starting. So with all of that in mind, I got the notion that I should be leaving soon, like very, very soon. I have legit reasons. Things are starting to get like a bit messy or muddled. And maybe this is my last week at this establishment. As soon as I kind of entertain that a little bit more, I got basically the go-ahead. And it just feels strange because it's like that was my fallback. So I can switch establishments, of course. Maybe I'm just not seeing things right. I don't know. So I take it when you care for someone, when you start to care for someone, and you see what kind of difficulties they're going through, selectively, alone, there's no other way to decipher except being shut out. So whatever scale you want to take that onto, whatever role you want to assert that into, it's kind of just the vibe that I'm understanding. So that is my generalized reason for it without providing too much detail. So let's see here. On the left side, I'm gonna just give me a second. I need to blow my nose or something. I'm gonna get an energy card from here. The Housewife's Tarot. And so all the more reason, you know, as per workbook exercise, to be objective detached. So I have the Lover's card here and the Four of Swords right here. I think the people that this applies to, if not singular person, again, to whatever degree, they understand this. They understand why behind it, because it's very much private, inner circle of direct, like, kind of communication. They understand why. And so, like, it's no harm, no foul. It's not rather like nonchalant looking, or giving the cold shoulder or looking the other way. This is not indifferent. This is still signifying a bond, but also acknowledging the truth of the situation. And so, I mean, that's the sobering part of it. The left side, I have this is an energy card. This is actually quite respectable energy. So despite, like, whatever boxes are checked, whatever, there's still, a signature element that, creates a timelessness with this kind of bond, with the Four of Swords in reversal on its backing, like it's healed. So whatever the terms are in exiting, it's not, it's not received poorly. In fact, those that meet me and I've taken a fondness for, they understand my potential and they already saw it coming. So even all the more complex on waging whether or not it's worthy enough to start. And I think I was going to do the energy cards here. Like, after a certain point of knowing, you know your own reality. And for me, it's hard for me to see someone go through heavy challenges privately, pretending that they, acting out a certain role, and then losing their shit because of whatever trial they're going through, not processing as healthily as their life form deserves. And so I can't surround myself around that normalization, because that means that I'm a part of that normalization, which means that I'm an enabler. And even though it seems like extreme, like it's making a mountain over a molehill, day by day you cement that. Every time you see that person. So, anyway, Ace of Wands on the left side. Oh God. Ace of Wands on the left side. Recipient side, it is a torch sent by Spirit. So this is kind of like, baptism by fire, but in the friendliest way possible. Like handing over a golden poppy, but it's like a message, like burning bush message. But it's like little, it's light. It's a dandelion. It's like a little, a little offering, I forget. I think the bottom of the deck, well, the bottom of the deck was the Page of Wands in reversal. And now it's the Ace of Swords in reverse with the Ace of Cups peeking at the top. So this is a lot of thought and intuitive energy. And I think before I took that break, exit thing, I was going to say that I think this is like, these are part of the trials of, you know, psychic, intuitive people. Anyway, on the right side, something supreme has sprouted. It is the Ten of Cups. It is labeled as safety. Protecting your peace has been a theme through the community. And so, when it comes to safety, you're also like looking at like how far you've come and acknowledging all the work that you've put in, how effective it has been, how telling it has been to your story, not just an addition. Excuse me, 20% battery here. I just got a little derailed. Angels, help me out if you can. Oh, so like in safety, those measures of safety, you've got to protect your peace. You got to protect your workings, and so you can't allow the externals to determine or influence what you've got going on, unless they are in your favor. And for this particular instance, I have got to say, in logical terms, hold all feelings aside, it just doesn't make sense. And so, if we're looking at business, a common goal, I have to say that I have a lot of takeaways. And I don't feel sour about this at all. I mean, I don't think I could. There's no like explanation that could, you know, warrant that kind of vibe. And so it just doesn't exist for me here. Yeah. So 10 of Cups is like absolute happiness. Remember? Absolute. And that doesn't mean to say that it's stagnant. It's ever growing. So absolute in its growth measures. You know, it's certain. And so that's what's unfolding, you know, upon this leaf. And to see such like excellent cards, I haven't seen this pairing ever. Not just using this deck, but ever. To rave like such positive support and moving forward. Now, I don't know how forward this is, or if this is like a diagonal shift in like switching establishments to kind of clean slate and just, you know, nestle in with a different crowd, get to know different personalities. Yeah, I think that's, so that's why I wouldn't call it quite just a parallel shift. And that alone would be a diagonal, to, you know, define it as a diagonal. So let's get some energy cards from the Housewives Tarot. And before you get all worried, nothing happened. This is just the feels and the knows. And the whys. Just kidding. Okay, the Hermit card in reverse, Ace of Cups, Five of Wands in reverse, King of Pentacles, and Eight of Wands in reverse. This sequence came out in a private read for me. This is still an ongoing vibe. This is kind of, you know, like an awareness dare. You know, like that kind of vibe. This is just like kind of like a post-it note. but like bigger, because the Ace of Cups is trailing right behind it, and it's not turned upside down. This is not about the homies. Like, it's not about like you know, like the absolute like egoic sense of like the trophy cup, like this Gatorade Splash trophy cup, but it's held upright. It's held upright in its like righteousness, whether empty or full. And this is, if it's held upright empty, that means it's pending like tell me when, you know, that kind of energy. So it's live, it's arcing celebration, and it's inclusive, even if it's just singular, you know what I mean? Like, whether or not, whether it's a small group, a large group, or just spirit, you know, offering that to me, a very private like win, then I mean, Five of Wands, there's like no competition in that. Like not holding like what is it, you can't hold a light to a person or whatever. This is, you can't hold a cup to it. It's like, you can't tell me nothing, you know, like those that didn't celebrate me, you know, like, just, it's okay, you know, like I'm good here. I don't need to fill up any empty seats. I'm okay, you know, like I don't need your translation of pittiness, or pit, what is it? Your vibe of pittiness, or I no, it's not even pittiness. I don't even, whatever. It's okay. It's okay. I'm good. King of Pentacles. I don't want to get my feelings all mixed up. Like, all right, King of Pentacles. This is industrious. There's an understanding of greater horizons, and so you're uplifted. You're like, oh, things are looking good for me. Eight of Wands, like, again, say no more. So this is not about the area of discretion here, which is like the vibe that I'm feeling, that I'm living in right now. Like it's non-negotiable with all of that, you know. So I think there's a sense of like needing to free oneself up and kind of transmute the energy of discretion to like say no more. Shh, it's okay. Not like shh, like keep a secret, like yeah. So yeah, this is a good vibe. This is like you're not down and out. So like, why act like it? You know, why behave like that? And so this is good. This is good. So like, rather than being like drawn out in this distraught land of, I don't know what's going to happen from day to day, or how this is going to translate, like, is my friend, or is my, are these, you know, these little droplets of fondant, I'm gonna be all right. Is this cake gonna hold up? Okay, so next roll tarot. So moving into the, oh yeah, okay, we're using 3 different decks just so like, because this, do they even care? Like, what? So rather than questioning that bit, I must question shiz for myself. Okay, sorry. I accidentally shuffled the deck like bonkers. Like, it was just a mess. So, okay. That's what happens when you're shuffling in the dark. That's, you can say that. You can apply that however you like. The Lover's card in reverse. Faced up by the 2 of Swords in reverse and the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups makes a reappearance. Upright. This is wonderful. This is make way. Make way. There are new additions to the team. No, I mean, like, you know, there are upcoming greater bonds in mind. You know how people are like, exclude themselves from, oh, look at the bottom of the deck, it would have been the Emperor, or it is. But, yeah, this is really bossing up. Like, what you truly deserve outside of, like, career. Like, if we change this whole world into a different, monetary system, for livelihood, well, like, what else would you be, like, what else would you address, you know? What other concerns would there be? And so, like, when people exclude themselves from certain starts, certain partnerships and relationships, due to like a sense of feeling like, oh, I'm not good, or like, you know, like a sense of lacking, or like even, I don't even want to say like just that as a blanket statement. Some people are just like working on stuff and they just need, you know, to keep, you know, their blinders on. So whatever the case, in separation and that, like they wish they could be a better person to kind of honor, um, what's naturally inclined, bonds. Um, so bonds are, well, they're saying something about kinetic. So movement, energy. But here, this is unblocked. So there's no missing this. There's like, if things ping pong all over the place, there's still an equal chance. There's even a greater chance of things directing it my way. How do I say it? Like with the good stuff, it has to play like hard to get, like the golden snitch, let's say, in Harry Potter. We're playing Quidditch, and everybody wants that thing, you know. And so they're chasing it around, and so this thing has to take a life on its own, and so it moves around like bonkers, 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 like this ping pong, or not ping pong. I'm thinking pinball. Fuck. Okay, so it's like, you know, so this like volatile thing that everyone desires, like legitimately desires, wants to covet, has to make a move to like the best, the wisest, keenest performer out on the field. And what were we gonna say about that? Holy crud. It's okay. It's okay. Kinetic energy. Oh yeah, so open doors. Two of Swords in reverse, unblocked. It's just normally like that. It's blocked. Now it's open. So this good thing is on its way to me. It's bound to. 10 of Cups following it, like, duh. It's yours. Did you not see your name like blaring across it? So that's what they saying. Okay. When is it time to go? Let's pop back to the original question after like 15 minutes. Oh, 23 minutes. See, square. Sorry. Okay, so when is it time to go? I think we just kind of like answered that on some, but let's get a blurb. Oh, hi, Justin. Thanks. Yeah. So it says, I just want to say that no matter what happens, I hope you make it on your journey. Things are scary, but people try to vibe. People trying to vibe will always make me happy. Okay, so when is it time to go? This deck? No. Yes? Yes. See, there's like all kinds of uncertainties. Some people have like such powerful energy that it like almost dominates and takes over your normal vibe. Yeah, so things just became confusing after getting quaint with people. Fond, I would say. I'm okay though. What was this? Okay, fell at the wheel of a chair on the left side is the sun card facing introverted. I would say outwards only because it would be the inbox, but it's also like my personal inbox. So I'm looking out, you know, happily at what the horizon has to offer me. And so since I'm in that vibe, it is very much what they're saying. It's self-explanatory. This is correct. Right on track. It was the Five of Wands, an upright. Oh, it made an appearance. It wasn't upright when I got it, but when it slid off, it fell down onto this pile of stuff that I really need to figure out because I've been in transit to different destinations a little much. And so this is pile of like, dude, I don't know. I'm at my desk, so you can only imagine. So Five of Wands in reverse, it fell. Okay. So they're not disputing it. This is correct. This is the correct way to go. So Spirit has never steered me wrong. You know, there are some life lessons. There are some life experiences. Okay. So I trust in that. You know. Okay. So overall, this is uncontested energy. When is it time to go? Seven of Wands. When you know that you have leverage and advantage in the situation, it may not like 100% appear to be that, but like the mindset is, you know, a very powerful thing. I don't know, they're saying something about the knack again. Because I'm looking at these pairs of sticks, like the image of this as drumsticks. I don't know why. But you see like the pairs and there's one odd man out, obviously, in that. So maybe yeah. So a lot of interpretation on this, but this is okay. It won't take too long. So that odd man out, it's almost pointing to the fact that like I'm the fifth wheel, basically. I'm an extra. When you realize that you're no longer the star of your show, like no longer the one that has the most like aspiring potential for the plot. You know, if you transition from that to being an extra, that's time to go. You know, like there's more than enough of this kind of like energy in this facility. And while I acknowledge it to be levels above other establishments, not just on one note, and not having like any idea the next spot that would be equivalent, if not better, if I were to do the diagonal thing. Yeah, even that stick is diagonal. Do you see that extra stick that isn't paired up is a diagonal? Okay. I forgot what I was gonna say about that. The odd man out. Yeah. So it's like there's more than enough of that there. And these vibes have become so extra for me. Like there's an imaginary stick laying right next to it. Do you know, like that's how I feel like in real life. Because some people are very, 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 very gifted and they use their gifts in different ways that are unexpected, let's say. Let's keep it light. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Yes? Okay. When is it time to go? So I'm not answering this just for me, but for my other, my collective here. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. When you know that it's time to cash out, like when there's when you're cashing out? No. What is that? I mean, this is still showing like in the win, in the lead. Following the Seven of Wands, I mean, this is Master number 77. This is the Master Revolutionary. This is acknowledging that you're a badass. Not only do you have leverage, but you're also like, it's almost like the universe is even showing you through your unpreferred measures of transits, like, your means to the end. You're still cashing out, even if it's in maybe like it, it's still, what do you call it? Your abundance is still coming to you, even within this, choice, this measure. So if you were to make healthier choices, better decisions for yourself, then you can see that, like, acclimate towards the rest of the energy in your environment, which means that I would be cashing out with so much more. Okay. What else? When is the time to go? Yeah, so this is acknowledgement like, oh, I am a badass. Oh, there was the Emperor I saw and something else. Yeah, the Emperor now is it hit the same wheel of my chair, but it was on the external, more like forward out rather than in front of that wheel. And so this is definitely like edging further from the diving board, basically. And then on top of my bag that I used to use when I was doing business work, are these two cards. So Nine of Swords, extroverted, and the Hierophant, extroverted. So making a huge point by moving forward. And sometimes you have to set not just a tone, but in these temporary measures where you're exiting. What was I going to say? Shit. Holy crap. Okay. Set a standard. Yes. Instead of setting a stone, you're setting a tone. You're setting a standard. Something about somebody is a jewelry person because they're talking about setting stones. Anyway, yeah, I usually don't triple. Okay, anyway, yeah, setting the standard so that upon leave, people will know, like, okay, yeah, so somebody has made a choice under these terms, and it's certainly okay, and this is what came of it. So it's kind of just adding solutions to the board so that others can recognize them and kind of make their best educated choice. Okay, where's my cards? Okay. So, it's setting an example. Okay. And again, I'm not saying this to kiss up or like to cover anything like that. I am firmly emphasizing that this one is very different from the others. This establishment is very different from the others, so I don't know if I'm going to find a similar, and up from that. But like, I gotta live my life and see what spirit wants me to see. Okay. When is it time to go? I think I took off some of my lipstick. Where are you? Ugh. Got it. Scooted back on it a little bit. Thank you, though. I'm not even wearing earrings. It's fine. So, oh, here, I'll wear these. These are good. Give me that. I think these kind of vibe with it. With what I'm wearing. Hold on. I haven't worn these in a long time either. Yeah. So yesterday, like, it got to me so much, like my eyes were all puffy when I went to work. And so, like, I wouldn't say that anybody treated me, how do I say it? Yeah, I wouldn't say anybody treated me poorly. So this is just like something that I'm not used to dealing with. But sometimes, like, you know, when you make those easy decisions, there are certain things like, sometimes those decisions have to revolve and isolate around what you're worth. Is this worth it? And it's not like being fed up, because I don't feel that. It's about your worthiness. Like, yeah. So that's why I don't like this decision very much. Because it's, you know, like, I'm so used to being like, oh, I could survive this. I could pull my arm apart and sleep on it, and you know, and you know, my disconnect can, I'm just fine. Like, nobody has to worry about me. I'm good. Mm. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. When is it time to go? When is it time to go? Is there any more? Yes? No. No, this should be solid enough. Okay, so, so feedback, progress report. Let's say this is my last week at this establishment, okay? Or even at a maximum, I have 7 days left with this establishment, okay? So let's look at it in that frequency, because things can fluctuate. So, looking at that, the 7 days could be sparsed out. But usually when they're sparsed out, it's not like, I don't like, there's a cutoff point. There's definitely that. You know, I had some troll on here that I had to get rid of. What is it? A homophobe. That's what it was. Yeah. But okay, so feedback from this. No, I'm gonna switch decks. Get feedback from this deck. Bottom of the deck is Nine of Swords in reverse with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. This is an investment towards self, so don't stress. You're already on the right track. That is correct. The top of the deck, no secret to the sauce. Six of Cups. Again, this does not deteriorate the bonds that were made. This is like home kind of energy. But I'm also, again, the lemon. The lemonade, the lemon, I don't know. The lemon wedge on there. Okay. So some feedback. My expanded divine panel of the infinite eight. So this is just reassurance, like, you know, this is like kind of a goodbye in transition, that kind of thing. Okay. Oh, okay. What is that? The Knight of Cups in reverse. So this is like a broken romance kind of thing? Yeah. Or like, wait, hold on. What is this? Get a clarifier, please. To start this early? Come on. What's the feedback? Okay, top of the deck, Two of Swords. Here we have the Hierophant, the King of Wands in reverse, and the Five of Swords. Oh, is it just like reaffirming oneself? Like you have your connections. Go about. Like this gives you not just gives you leverage. This is not just having an advantage. This is proven leverage. Like you won. You win. You win. Oh, so they're going, they're backing off? Yes? No. So they will back off. See how much easier that was than like going through like the ups and downs of all of that stuff, you know? Yeah. Okay. Like I just, but like even though this is like signature of what has transpired before, this is still many grades above what I'm accustomed to. This is this is many grades more mature than previous states cycles that have been in this. Well, oh, I have to blow my nose again. Hold on. I'm back. All right. So, yeah, it's good. I don't know. I feel like a bit of like a shrug, like exhibited nonchalance. No. It wasn't like that. It was more like, okay, you know, like. So, I'm very mindful of my ego and like, is that all that okay? Anyway, I would only expect those to understand, those that have that understand. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Okay. Ten of Swords in reverse, opened up by the Emperor. This is so very powerful. This is power. This is power. This is boss mode, like enacted. Like Page of Swords is on the top. Oh, okay. It's like, so speaking of, so when you encounter such intense energies, like it translates just as so. But I think I was protected in a different measure. Like certain things just didn't work on me. Like, you know, if somebody was trying to do anything, you know, wrong, certain things just didn't work out. But anyway, I can internalize this. I can say I'm fucking powerful. I was gonna feel out the energy of the yes no thing, but I was like, let's just leave this kind of like airy a little bit. And so they gave me the Supreme Air version, like on full blast. The Emperor, which is like the King of Swords on steroids. So plenty of air, and to say the least, 10 of Swords in reverse. That is the Phoenix. It's swooping up. That is that's a big swoop. So I can internalize this because the top of the deck, after I put these two down, just like that, is the Page of Swords. So this is like you go from like this, basically intern, new hire, to emperor status. And maybe you're an emperor all along, Tina. Maybe you were a phoenix all along. You had it in you. But this is the supreme acknowledgement that you're not going to let anything else take over, because I know what work I put in. I know the difference between here and there. I know the differences and similarities between you and I. But like, looking at these other energies that you think of you see their best qualities still in them, and become more like they're revived upon direct connection. But I can't be like bound 24/7 to any, like, you know, to these externals. That's a lot to ask for. That's a lot to invest. And so that's just looking at things, whether transparent or blindly, or blindly. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Swords in reverse. Don't worry about it. You don't need to explain. I get you. And I still feel like this energy of like, I got you. But again, when talking to another emperor entity, you know, there are also refinements that they're working on as well. So, you know, teach their own. That's what they're saying. But like, the development is massive here. And so as far as the progress report, don't worry about it. You're good. So something about running with scissors, there's almost like an element of danger in here. But it's kind of follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Again, another version of the 10 of Swords here. You see? So there's plenty of like window seats, so there's like, you're not going to lose sight of what's around you. It's kind of like built into, you know, like how people have like photographic memories. It's kind of like that. Oh, but running with scissors, and then it's highlighted here again. Like it's, and all the times that I've worked with this deck, this is the first time I've noticed it. Remember when I did this reading where, like I told you I was supposed to be like a centennial? I was built and purposed in order to be a centennial, and I was excited about, you know, the range in that, the color in that, the life in that. And I still am, but the concern was that the only reason why it would be cut short is if I cared for someone, like really, really cared about someone, but they were, their situation was in like a dangerous atmosphere. And so, yeah, without all the details involved, that was the only thing that I could kind of translate from that. And so with this Page of Swords, running with the scissors, like, you know, there's an element of danger in which, like, I, as like this inner child, is kind of like running with, like, yeah, you know, like, I'm good right now, you know, I got a window seat, like, I'm doing my thing, you know, and this is, you know, I'm making my imprints, you know, the cave, you know, and they're sure to be historic. I'm doing my thing, spirit, yeah, it's fun, you know, and so there's something about, don't worry about it, in hanging up those scissors. So the feedback is that it is time, and there's no scolding in this. There's no like disciplinary measures, you know, kind of energy. It's like, oh, this is kind of like something that you've outgrown, and then you place it in this box, and you put it on your wall. And this is not like, you know, a shaming thing, or it's kind of like a keepsake box. Like, I was here at this, you know, when, you know, I was mentally or whatever here, like this position in life, you know, that's that. So again, there's no shame in any of this. No worry. It was just a part of like a snapshot of life, basically. That's what I was saying. Okay. Yeah, because between my evening shifts and whatever times I pop in, and the pop-ups, I was starting to lose interest in, like, just because there's so much toil in the pop-ups, like having like, I just kind of lost interest in developing that part of my life. I got focused on, you know, trying to create funds to, you know, like have the means to the means. That's what it felt like. That's what it was, actually. And so again, there's no shame in that. Like, it's not about the, just the method itself, but the methods of availability. My phone just died. Excuse me. Okay. All right. So maybe that was a message in itself. Like, when it's time to go, it's time to go. And so there's an automatic shut off after a certain, like, there's like a timer to it, or a threshold anyway. And so when it's time to go, it's time to go. And there's like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is a tower moment, which is almost like what is it? When a star dies, it self implodes. So it's kind of like that. Yeah. Huh, weird. It's vanished, like poof. So the attachments are null and void, kind of, not void, but they're just they're severed. And yeah, huh. Interesting. Okay, anyway, next roll tarot, we'll use that. Okay, so what does this bring in for me? No, you know, I don't know, like, what else yeah, we'll just go with that. What does this bring in for me? This one, the Seven of Wands in reverse, labeled as courage. In transit, you must make the steps to kind of finalize the situation. You have your own 2 feet. The divine has been kind enough to provide a path, so, you know, you just do your part. So the Seven of Wands isn't the walk of shame. I wouldn't call it a humbling. It's just like, okay, you don't know what comes up next, but you must enter into this new situation, because this one is kind of, there's non-negotiable factors that are not in the position to be addressed at this time for whatever reason. So, what does this bring in for me? I mean, this could be underground leverage. Like, this is not only like this is not street smart. This is more than street intelligence. This is earning respect by making a healthy choice without burning bridges. This is, you have continued support, like, even as you exit. So, you know, like, I used to go to elementary school in LA, and from the things that you learn early, because people are exposed to so many things earlier on in life there. At least from what again, I don't really have any comparability other than, like, you know, I wasn't in elementary school in 2 different places, you know, so I'm just saying technicality of it. But okay, so they say like, okay, when you're in a gang, the only way that you can exit legit is through shit, was it, or enter, oh, is this or that, and so this, what I'm saying is, under whatever terms that is, because I don't need to be corrected, it's fine. Or I don't need people thinking about like wandering off into La La Land. But this is like, again, like an exception. I want to get a clarifier for it, yeah? They said, yeah. Okay, pick. Yeah. Okay. Oh, 2, okay. 8 of Cups in reverse, the Teacher in reverse, and the 6 of Wands in reverse. Yes, this is definitely an exception to an underground emperor. This is the Teacher. This is kind of like the Hierophant blended into the Emperor card. So all the more respect, victorious, the comeback energy. Like, what? I didn't, like, this is a glow up within a glow up. Like, so this is not your ordinary energy. It cannot be dismissed. Like, I don't care how many, like, if anybody tried to fake whatever, what do you call it, like downplay it, there's no possible way this could be downplayed. This is major respect and doing what's right for you. Because we're all trying to kind of better our situation and ourselves. So there's that. Or at least we, you know, I would hope so. It's departed, yeah. Okay, bottom of the deck is, they're showing me the Queen of Wands in reverse. And then another queen, because it's the Throne of Determination and the Throne of Movement. See? Getting your truck. I almost said your mud out of the tracks. Tires out of the mud. Holy crud. Okay, so what's behind that is the King of Cups. What the frick? In reverse. So I have fallback backing. I have different nets, it looks like, different support systems. Queen of Wands in reverse. Again, this is like hidden potential, so why would you stifle it? I mean, I can say that these intense energies can acknowledge that there's a certain oomph, let's say, to me. And so, like, if they could see that, and that already has a wow factor, there has to be like so much more. So why would any external in that role desire to stifle that? There's more curiosity built into that energy than there is, like, there's more safety and curiosity there than, you know, dabbling into like the way unknowns of, again, the start and all of that, those complexities. Okay. You know, I started listening to my I think for a long time, like my tolerance level is watching videos on like 1.5 to 2 times speed. But for this particular one, I don't think I think there needs to be a natural pace to things. This is good because I don't think there's much more to say about that right now. So anyway, that's what it's saying here. And as a healer, King of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is definitely a healer. As a healed healer, and knowing that there's so much more potential. Sorry about that. My coffee alarm. So, and understanding that, it's like a prompt to move forward. It's like your new levels are open. Let's dabble. I think that's it for now. Yeah, I really think so. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, it's under an hour so far. Yay! Again, thank you to my supporters. Like, I would say that even with all the feels, this is the least traumatic of instances, like phases that I've gone through within this industry. And so I am thankful. And I don't have to force myself to say that, like, to be amicable and like find closure in that. No, I mean it. I mean it. I mean it every time that I say it, and I acknowledge it more times than I actually say it. So, to be, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, it's too much. It's too much already. Too much love. Okay, well, top of Jack is the Devil card, very accentuated. Yeah, this is desires. This is like a lot of stuff. This is a lot of stuff. Intensity. So the suspense is building. Let's just generalize it to that, because the suspense was building anyway. But this is like, oh, it has to do with the plot. This is not a side story. The New Order of Ages. Saturn, dissolve the Empire undertaking is what it says. Okay. Okay. So, it's time for our takeaways. Rah, rah, sis, boom, bah. We have 2 watchers here, so you're gonna get 2 takeaways. Thank God it's not a double digit. No. No, no. Okay, one takeaway for you is... Oh, you got 2 in 1. The Page of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So this energy may be here. Spying? What? You don't need a creep. You're not a creep. You don't need a creep. A secret. You know, these are... What is it? What do you want to call this? What do you... But yeah, I'm strongly getting like admiring spies. That's what I don't know. Maybe you have that in your realm too. Maybe that's you. I don't know. I'm getting this is more you, because like this is, it's the duplication is uncanny. You want to get? I'll get a clarifier. Yeah, let's do it. Clarifier, you get 2. The Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. I fucking know. I know. Not only do I know, but I really, really know. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bone marrow. It not only left an imprint, a brand, but also it's sunk deep. I know. I am ding, 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 ding. Bingo, correct. This is the winner to this dinner. Okay. All right. Your second takeaway is, I mean, you might, no, that's true. Okay. The Star card in reverse. Ooh, hope is within. These are, making wishes. This is trying to find an ounce of hope in things. Hope. And if there's an ounce, trying to find how to duplicate it. Then from duplication to multiplying it. So there's a will and there's a way. That's what they're saying. Okie dokie. There's a lot of transition here. Like a lot of like, it's beautiful stuff. It's not like as like perplexing. It may be complex, but like we can work with complex. That's just a lot of elements. That's just a lot of options. Those are resources, okay? Floating around. So seeing a lot of butterflies here. Things are in flight. They're not so hard and callous and like sturdy like as a bird, any species variation here, but a bunch of butterflies. So it's very light. It's very airy, you know. Like, so this is a good vibe. Even though in the state of search, the querent is still finding a certain amount of peace in the search mode. You know, like just like the act of searching, like, oh, I'm doing something different. I'm doing something to motion towards more of, you know, seeing that come to life. All right, your clarifier for that is the Four of Wands. So you lay it down. This is home and hearth. This is marriage. Oh, look, look, it's peeking over there. Three of Cups. It's upright. It's celebration. Yeah, you did it. You made it. Spoiler alert. You made it. Self-realization. You have it. You got it all along. What they were saying in a previous reading that I forgot to mention, like if I was in good vibes, I would have said the Schwartz is in you. Schwartz. The Schwartz is in you. That's what I would have said. I was like, darn. Too bad I wasn't in the best of vibes. But it's okay. Each message has its own, and it's carrying over to here. Reminder, tell them. That's what they're saying. All right, so since you are well celebrated, that means you are well decorated, which means that you've done more than enough to achieve like a roof over your head. You know, like a rep. This is a new rep. Is what's saying. A new rep is in town. I don't know. Okay. So my and all of this has a huge emphasis. Okay, is blatant. It's clear, interior or from the exterior. This is true. Hidden potential. Yeah. All right. Okay. My 3 takeaways are. Takeaway number 1. Oh, I'm not sitting like a lady. Oh, shit. So sorry. Oh, the Sun card. And the crowd goes wild. No, I mean, at least the crowd of Tina. Super duper uber booper happy. Yeah, for sure. Like, boop. Got your nose. Yeah. That's what they're saying. This is a different kind of peace. Like there's a sense of like lightness here. There's no horse depicted in this like it usually has. So they're saying even as you are, like hit the pause button. And you're like, you know how like this thing that has like those what do you call it? They take like auto snapshots of your like, what do you call it, thumbnail? And you're like, you know, like something weird like that. That happens a lot to me. That used to happen a lot to me. And so I didn't have a good interior PR person. It just went buck wild on that shiz. But now I feel like I have someone internal that's picking some decent shots. Thank you so much for your investment. Beautiful work. I could not be more grateful. Okay, yeah, so, even within the stillness, like, even within those candid shots, like, it is so legit. It is legit. It is so legit. It is legit. Okay, so there's something about Big Feet here. Bigfoot, like a rarity. You see, like, the proportion here. Like, look at her sneaker. For sure. So it's, like, all laced up, ready to go. So it's like kind of, it's not the bare bones approach. It's not like so like callous is that. Again, light, airy, sunflowers. Again, you know, the business is blooming. Business is not just booming, it's blooming. With the flowers in the back, that's the signature of the Queen of Wands right here. Even though the Queen of Wands doesn't have it on here, damn it. Confusion strikes again. No, but yeah, that's strange that the Queen of Wands would not have a sunflower here or even a bunny. Shame. Just kidding. But so anyway, transitions over here. The inner child is unlocked, unbound, fruitful. And so Bigfoot, a rarity in pink, hot pink high tops with a yellow shoestring. Yes, that's how we do it. Okay. All right. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm doing phenomenal. Gosh. Okay. All right. Do we get a clarifier for it? Yes. No. Well, can I ask like what I'm peaking in? Like what's like my two highlighters? She said, yeah. Fun is there's an Empress in reverse. It's hauling in another cocoon. Like, you just upgraded, Tina, and now you're thinking about like, okay, what's next? It's well, like we're kind of lining that up for you. The new version of Empress. Like, hold up, this is the buck doesn't stop here. Okay. And again, a sense of objectivity is like just reminder. Objectivity in your like high roll brings you this sun energy, okay? Like at best. Okay, so the highlighter is the Lover's card. What? Yeah, this is these are really, really wonderful bonds. Like when you really get to know yourself, you're matchmaking for yourself. And it becomes so much easier rather than aggravating. The likeness of bonds is just an easy win. You're making those connections, Tina. I am making those connections. Those are one of my best highlights without trying too hard. And so the Empress is all points back to the objectivity within one's role. And so if the Empress is feeling a little poo-poo for the day, then she can, like bow out of certain things, and all the more respect. It's fine. It's good. We're still here. Those are my peak qualities right now. It's not just like, oh, Empress, no. Or, even from like a distance. There's a masterpiece here which talks about self-actualization and sharing the canvas with others. So, there's no Where's Waldo anymore, but Where's Waldo isn't a thing without all the extra, all the other things. And so that's what they're saying here, and sharing the canvas. Like it's an even greater masterpiece because all the things that are involved make this like one little piece that you're part of, like so much more like, hi, I'm here. Hi, I'm Tina. Yeah, that's what it's saying there, okay? Nicely. Nice and gently. Put it down. Okay, my second takeaway is Queen of Pentacles in reverse. There's more to follow, though. There's a huge potentiality here. So all the more frugality with investments. And this speaks mainly of energy. I want to clarify for that. Because I got to. The Ace of Pentacles, yeah. Like, you got one big thing here, and you don't want to keep, like... I feel like this is still the experimental stage, but leveled up. So you're not just, like, doing the task work of, like, the basics of, lab work and this and that, these practices. But we're holding off on those like miniature tasks, let's say, in order to wage into the larger investments, because it's like that's a lot of toil for this huge ass pentacle to shave it down into like these little experimental stages. I want a bigger chunk, like I want to see like if I'm gonna go through all the toil. Yeah, there's that. Okay. That's my second takeaway. My third takeaway. So when is it time to go, though? I think there's a huge realization. Like it just dawns on you, almost to the fact where you can acknowledge from here to there that stance. Like, oh, I was truly dumbfounded. I was a baby, thinking, caught up in diversions. Let's say. And that's not speaking down on anything. I'm just generalizing and just like kind of just like swooping that away, just to process it really, rather than just define it. I hope people understand what I'm getting at. But okay, my third takeaway is Four of Cups. Multiple choice. I don't know, Spirit. Like, all of them look wrong. They all look like trick questions. I don't know about this. Four of Cups. Reevaluate is what it's showing me. Yeah, see? How crazy is that? All the more affirming to its previous. What we just said. So all more greatness to point to the first takeaway. Yeah, I think God we nailed that down first. Because the other two is like I'm just jumping into another hamster wheel, you know? It's like, are you sure about this? All right, anyway. Just four, get the four. One clarifier for that. Two of Cups. No, you're solid. This is these are partnerships, like decisions and partnerships, like reevaluate your bonds. Okay. Like who you connect with, who you associate with. I don't think there's any like tragedy in here, nor what do you call it? Remorse. I don't feel any remorse in this whole shebang. I don't feel any remorse. So I guess in the processing, like the multiple choice questions, Four of Cups, when they could easily appear to be all right just as all wrong. And so when we've pre-established the Lover's card as solid, upon reevaluation, we can disconnect a little bit and we can see which ones have more value and therefore true leverage, not just aesthetically speaking. Yeah. So some bonds are still good, but they're kind of taken down a notch. Or a few notches to say that you're reliable. We can do business together. But you know, we can't hang out together. Like we can't like I'm not gonna invite you to like baby shower or, you know, whatever, you know, that kind of thing. And that's legit. So this is Temperance in like the love department. Okay, so when is it time to go? I think we're beyond that now. What they want me, my collective, to focus on is where we're at right now. And there has already been what already transpired is a paradigm shift. The reality of it, just looking at it, is not just inviting, but also, and also impressive, but also aspiring to move towards. So you gravitate towards that naturally. So you don't question the magnetism of what nature already like has, you know, set up. Yeah. I mean, this is really good. So you're no longer questioning this stagnant reality of when is it time to go? Like you're set in this. It's not so trapped. This is so good. And it's not like flashy Hollywood good. This is good in its own reality. There's something that I said that caused some kind of muffle here, because I could have left it and it would have just been fine, but then I said something that kind of made a little bit of a U-turn, like a roundabout, like exit off the wrong roundabout, like exit. So I'm going, that there's something functional about that, so I'm gonna grab that. Yes, grab something from here. All right. Okay, this is a prompt for my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight. Justice in reverse, Five of Cups, and Nine of Cups in reverse. yeah, like it kind of demoted the energy a little bit, and I didn't. I wasn't vibing with that. I won't go out like that. So some things, yeah. So this still needs to transpire. Duh. Like justice needs to be had. 5 of Cups, like this is a prompt to say goodbye. You're like, you're drenched. Yeah. Yeah. This is not like the coy like version of like marinating in whatever energy. This is like you're drenched in this like libations type of atmosphere, like, you know, it's it I mean, I didn't take it to the extremes. Oh, there's a hidden energy here. You say I love you, but like all of you. Do you know? Somebody says. Because you see, like, right here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 olives. I know this is 5 of Cups, so we see the 5 of Cups here. But where's the 5th olive? Well, she's the 5th olive. I'll love you. That's what it said. Goodness, it's a hidden message. Oh, by the way, even throughout all of this, even like as you're processing, I just wanted to say, little Graham. 9 of Cups in reverse follows this. This is 14 Cups in total. Again, I told you, Temperance. But it's like jumbled up, right? One's in reversal, one's in upright. Okay? So like, you know it'll make you happy. You like they're saying, you asked, we told, just as we told you before. Have we steered you wrong? So things have to transpire. So let's say, okay, I'm done with this. Not fed up, like I shall comply. So now this turns right side up and things are looking good again. Okay. Anything else? Yes? No. Yeah. Yes, they said. Okay, so they want me to jump back to the Shadowscape Zero. I don't know why, but just give me. Let's see. At least they're efficient. Okay. 10 of Swords in reverse again. Knight of Swords, and then Ace of Cups. I can end on this note. Look at that. Oh, it's a beauty. It's a beauty. The Phoenix again. And this is very focused energy, and the Ace of Cups again in upright. Like, no, you have it, Tina. You got it. So don't focus on like there's a kind of like suffocation by forgetting to breathe. There's like almost a hesitation where it locks in like the point of hesitation. You're like holding your breath almost. There's something about that there where I felt like the energy was resting on that spot. It's like, you clearly got it, Tina. Do not worry about it. And here's your safety blanket. We'll get you one more, like, in case you find a friend and you're like, oh, you know, like, we gotta share. Like, no. Okay. Here's your supply. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Again. This is all about you, your worthiness, and your willingness to invest in self. Not just realize like, oh, I'm worth it. Yeah. There'll be a time where I can better entertain that. No, you're entertaining it now. That's legit. Even in the smallest like factions. Yes, it's totally legit. It counts. It counts. I promise you it counts. All right, that's it. Thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. But now that this reading is over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gifts, strength, essence, passions, properties. From those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof, the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and then to be refortified in me, only me, hassle-free, no doubt, no attachment, except for all bonus points included. Thanks so much. Brought to you by this angel light angel with a broken wing, because somebody had some hard ass feelings and, you know, wanted to, you know, fuck up shit. But this isn't shit. See? Okay. So upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas to assisting with the sequence of rollout. In light and love, I close the portals in this reading.